With the sports spotlight focused again on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where the 32nd annual 500-mile race will be run on May 31st, there's still a lot of talk about the unusual finish a year ago. With only a few laps to go, Bill Holland appeared to be a certain winner. Then Maury Rose, his teammate, passed him without being challenged and went on to score an unexpected victory. Now, there have been many versions as to what actually happened. Today, however, Bill Holland is going to give us his own account of that 1947 finish. What happened, Bill?
If you want the whole story in a few words, Stan, my pit crew put OK on the board when Rose passed me, instead of showing me second place. I didn't know I was giving up the lead with only 8 laps to go.
A lot of race fans left the Speedway, though, wondering why you slowed down near the finish with victory apparently in the bag. Was there anything wrong with your car?
No, Stan, my car was running perfectly. I was out in front with 20 laps to go, and I thought I had a lead of more than a full lap on every other car in the race. But Rose actually was running on the same lap, only 32 seconds behind me. Each of us was more than 3 laps ahead of all other rivals. However, Moore, owner of both cars, signaled for us to take it easy in order to lessen the chance of mechanical failure, which might prevent us from finishing.
Well, I don't suppose anyone could have overtaken you or Rose if they'd cut your speed down to 108 or 110 miles an hour, could they, Bill?
That's right, Stan, and we actually did slow down to about 112 miles an hour, but it began to get monotonous at that speed, and when Horn passed me, I followed him for a few laps to make the time pass more quickly. But Ted was still 3 laps behind, and Moore got excited and slowed me down again because he was afraid I might develop motor trouble so near the end of the race.
Well, several weeks after the race, Bill, I heard about a similar situation which developed during the 1930 event. Harry Hartz had 2 fast cars which were running in first and second position. Billy Arnold and Fred Frame were the drivers, and they were running much faster than necessary in order to stay ahead of the pack. Like Moore did last year, Hartz instructed both drivers to ease up on the throttle. Frame followed instructions immediately, but Arnold kept right on going at top speed. Hartz did everything but stand on his head in the middle of the track in an effort to get Arnold to reduce speed without success. And a few laps later, Arnold's car sailed clear over the retaining wall in one of the turns and was out of the race. Frame, driving only as fast as necessary to stay in first place, won the event. And Moore apparently had that incident in mind when he ordered both you and Maury to take it easy near the finish.
That probably is right, Stan, but to go on with my story, Moore was very emphatic with the easy signal after I had taken out in chase of Horn, and I immediately reduced speed again. Maury Rose pulled up alongside of me, and I waved him on ahead because I thought I still had a full lap on him. Now, right there is where I kicked the race away because I didn't know my exact position after circling the big 2.5-mile track more than 190 times. I always depended on a friend of mine in the pits to keep me posted in all of my other races, but he was unable to come to Indianapolis, and no one let me know I had dropped back to second spot. If I had realized Rose was taking the lead, I never would have let him by.
Well, when did you finally realize your mistake, Bill?
It wasn't until I finished my second extra lap and stopped at the pits that I realized something was wrong. I heard the announcement on the loudspeaker, Bill Holland, second place winner.
Well, that certainly was a tough break, Bill.
Yes, Stan. Thinking I had won the race was the biggest thrill of my life, and my biggest disappointment was the realization I had not. But it's all water over the dam now. This is another year. And if my car runs as well this time as it did a year ago, I certainly expect to be in victory lane on the afternoon of May 31st.
Well, that's Bill Holland's own story of what happened at the finish of the 500-mile Indianapolis race last year, fans. And I'm certain it sounds as if you've got a victory coming up to you, Bill. And I'm sure you're going to have the best wishes of every fan who remembers that race a year ago. And I'm sure they'll be rooting for you on May 31st this year in the Indianapolis 500-mile Speedway Classic.